Hello and welcome to LFC Focus. Liverpool are taking on Plymouth Argyle on Wednesday night, looking to finally book their place in the FA Cup fourth round. So the news from Jurgen Klopp's press conference today is that Liverpool will be looking to make changes from the team that played against Plymouth in the third round game a week and a half ago. I think these changes will probably include a few more first teamers coming into the starting lineup, simply because if they're making the trip down to Devon, it's worth giving them 60 minutes instead of half an hour and trying to close the game out early on. These first teamers will probably be players like Sturridge and Divock Origi, simply because I think against Swansea and for the foreseeable future in the Premier League, our front three is going to be Lallana, Firmino and Coutinho. So it makes sense to rest them for that game because Liverpool do have a lot of important league games coming up. Joel Matip will probably play as well, in my opinion, simply because with this whole fiasco, we simply need to get him back match fit. And he's already announced his retirement from international duty. He's expressed that he doesn't want to play for Cameroon anymore, and he hasn't played for them for over a year. So I think if FIFA do take the situation any further and decide to open a case into it, Liverpool will have the advantage, and I doubt that any disciplinary proceedings will be taken against them. As for the match itself, I reckon it's probably going to be a lot more of an even game, simply because Plymouth will need to go for it now because they will either win or lose the game. There's no chance of a draw, and they will also have the crowd backing them to get forward and create more chances. That's a bit of a problem for Liverpool because they showed at Anfield how good they are defensively and how good they are technically as a team. They're also doing incredibly well in League Two, and while that does mean that they're several tiers down, that means that they're a pretty good football side as well, and they'll have a lot of confidence in themselves. I think if they do get a goal, then Liverpool could be in trouble because after they get a goal, should they get the first one, they'll be perfectly happy to sit back and soak up the pressure. And if things pan out how they did at Anfield, then Liverpool may not be able to get a goal against them. Despite this, I still think it's very likely that Liverpool will get the win and progress to play Wolves in a week and a half's time. So here's my 3 reasons why we will beat Plymouth Argyle. First of all, like I said, Liverpool are going to have a lot of first teamers from the, well, not a lot, quite a few first teamers playing from the start in this game, and I think they will look to close it out early, hopefully getting a goal or two before half time and sort of neutralising the Plymouth threat and making the rest of the game more of a formality, because the last thing we want is to go to extra time and penalties when we've got all these important fixtures in the league coming up, like against Swansea and Chelsea. Secondly, while the game being more open and Plymouth looking to attack a bit more in this game could come to Liverpool's disadvantage if they do get a goal, I think we were probably good enough to defend well and prevent Plymouth from getting too much of a foothold in the game. And with it being more open and then pushing forward a bit more, it will create a lot more space at the back and stop Liverpool from being stifled to the level that they were against Plymouth a week and a half ago, where they were being forced into these long balls and ambitious deliveries that just weren't coming off for them. And finally, if the game does end up going to extra time and penalties, I think Liverpool will definitely hold the advantage because they've shown already this season that they're an incredibly fit side and they've got what it takes to go all the way through to the 90th minute mark and still play to the best of their ability. So I don't doubt that they'll be able to do so if it does go for an extra half an hour. And of course, Liverpool are, strictly speaking, the penalty kings. They win most of the shootouts that they're involved in. And with Loris Karius playing in this game, what better way for him to endear himself to the Liverpool fans and prove that he can be their long-term first-choice goalkeeper than winning a penalty shootout in the Cup. So that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow at LFC Focus TV on Twitter. Bye for now.